Alright, check this out. I got some old photos from my Zillow listing for when we bought the house. They were taken in 2016, and then I found some different photos from Redfin. So we're going to start out with these. You can see this looks really dark, and this is actually pretty accurate. This was like a beige, like a pretty deep beige, almost really a brown walls. And they probably didn't take it at the right time of day, but overall this picture pretty well represents what the house looked like. And here's current after remodel. Now I have better lighting, so part of it's the lighting, but a big part of it is this is the new color we did, cream in my coffee color, new marble floor, wood style tile, dark wood tile. They're actually both porcelain, so they're low maintenance, but looks like wood, looks like marble. So we'll roll, and actually take one step back. This beam has quite a story to it, but note the beam is there now, and it was not there before. This one was a little creepy when we were looking at this with that weird bear. Original, and now. And original. Actually, the kitchen was really nice. And now it's partially just a better photo, but I did get everything polished up, changed the ceiling recessed lighting, did the floor, the taller baseboards, 5 1/4 inch architectural baseboards. And this begins the second set of original photos, which are actually taken much better, but you'll notice it looks like it's beige in here. So if you look, it looks like this color, this is real, is different than this color. But I think what happened was they got a new agent, and the agent took actually really great photos, but then I think that they lightened everything up, because this is not what the house actually looked like when we got it. This was, honestly, even if you factor putting a whole bunch better lighting, it was just much darker, right? And that's compared to now. And here's original. Again, I promise you it was darker than it looks. And here's now. And the main difference is this floor was actually tiled, as you can tell, but you'll notice all these grout lines are kind of white. So when I came in, I just thought that has like such a beautiful potential, but it looks like bricks rather than looking more like distressed wood. So I came through and I actually recolored all this grout with a product. As you can see, the baseboards and the ceilings are white, and now the walls are that nicer cream, so it just really makes everything stand out. Here's an original. This was fun, kind of a fun one. You'll see it in a better in a later photo, but nice jade fireplace there. And this is now. I don't even really do like a full clean, but and I've got the covers on the couch and the dogs are hanging out, but I changed this to marble. I put in an LED log style thing so we can just turn it on and enjoy the LEDs. If I wanted, I could take that out and burn firewood in there, but that's not really my thing, at least at this house. It's not that cold. You'll notice all the trim is nice and bright. So this is a Sherwin-Williams urethane, 100% pure white. It's got no tint added. Same with all this is concrete. And the pillars are, I think they might be, they're not fiberglass, but they're like a precast. I'm not sure if it's concrete or what it is, but all that's been refreshed. The surround sound wires are all run in the drywall, or these are cut into the drywall. So nice and neat. Wrong way. Here's another before and an after. So it kind of jumped in order there, but that's how they took them, so I matched my photos to match theirs. So as you can see, this older 12 by 12 ceramic was okay, but I hated it. It had big grout lines, 3/8 grout lines. The grout was always getting messed up. And I wasn't in love with the ceramic. And they also did a remodel in this kitchen. When they put the island in, they had to do something where they kind of patched in some granite tiles to match the new granite. So I didn't put in the kitchen. I did do like a pretty nice touch up and clean a lot of stuff up, but they paid some big bucks and did the kitchen. I put in the floor. And I also, you may not be able to really see, but I also eliminated, down here there was a quarter round or like a shoe molding, because the kitchen cabinets didn't line up the new ones didn't line up exactly where the old ones were. So there was like a gap. The tiles would end and there was actually, the tiles would fall off down to the slab, and there'd be a little gap in there, and the moldings were mostly covering the gap, but there was still some gaps in the gap. So I eliminated all that. We leveled the floor. We did the tiles right up to all the cabinets, and so I could eliminate that shoe molding. You know what? You can just barely see it there. And I did show a video on that. That was kind of a pain in the butt, but you know what? Now there's no molding for the vacuum to get banged up on. It's just clean and tight. And so there's again a before. It was a beautiful kitchen. I wouldn't have touched the kitchen. I just wanted to paint around it, and I wanted to do the floor around it. So I'm thankful they did that, actually. And you can see, I really don't know why they had like a $3,000 range and like a mismatched black fridge, but it's all good. Got everything matching. Again, main point of this picture, you'll see the tile, the baseboards, the walls, and also this door. I eliminated the gold trim, and so that's current. And the lighting's really different, but actually I tinted all these windows. So all the windows are UVA and B blocking and a lot of IR rejection to keep it more comfortable in the summers, which can be pretty hot. And then this, again, it was so much darker than these photos, which I think is why they look kind of grainy. I think the pictures were actually dark and they doctored them up quite a bit lighter. But to give you a reference, bright white baseboard, bright white door, and that looks brown, right? So that's kind of telling you how dark the paint was, because this trim was an antique white. I mean, that's so brown it makes it look bright. And these are not white. The switches and stuff, those were actually, and they weren't even light almond, they were ivory. So those are pretty dark. So this is a very flattering photo for what it actually looked like. But we eliminated all this carpet. I hate carpet. We got not one scrap of carpet in the whole house. Gone. And so that's what it currently looks like. And actually we updated this mini split too to a higher efficiency one. The other one kicked the bucket. And mine got a little blur over here. I'm not sure why, but that marble was really nice on the fireplace, and it still is. So this is just kind of continuation before and after. It actually, if it really looked like this, I don't know that I would have messed with the walls. I think I just would have tiled it. But this is real, actual photo, correct coloring. That's how it looks now. Similar. And the fireplace was pretty nice, but I put in the LED logs on this one too. This is a wood burning fireplace, but I'm not going to be dragging wood in, and probably termite wood anyway. So we just turn on the lighting, and it can heat, but we got a mini split with a heat pump, so use that to actually make heat. And then this sweetheart here, I thought, what a beautiful tub. And I didn't want to bust this out. And I didn't bust this out. It was really just the gold that killed me. I got a price on redoing to frameless glass. I could get the material for about $2,500, or I could have it done for about $3,000. But I didn't want to put $3,000 into it and keep the tile. And I didn't feel like it was bad enough to bust out all this tile and redo the tub and redo all this stuff. So you know what? As you can see, wrong way, I did, obviously the tile's the same, but I did really nice Rust-Oleum oil rub bronze, taped it up nice, sanded it, painted it. It looks pretty sharp now. Changed all these away from the gold to the oil rub bronze. Did stain this vanity, put oil rub bronze knobs and pulls everywhere. Oil rub bronze is my preferred. You can see the baseboards. And then just eliminated the carpets. Let's go back one. I can't imagine getting out of this shower wet or getting out of this tub wet and walking all over this carpet. And you can only imagine how that looked when I yanked it out. Nasty. That's all I'm saying. Nasty. Same. This was stained nice. I cleaned it up a little bit, did the knobs, the pulls, ripped the carpet, new trim. And there's the result. I guess I could have closed the door to make the photo match, but that closet got its own amount of love. We did more built-ins and a lot of work in there. But you can see, just the pulls made it look a lot more modern. And then this was one of the spare bedrooms. And it looked really good there, but I hate carpet. And now there's no carpet. So mostly just floor, baseboards, paint. Wall paint is different than the ceiling paint, and then the trim paint is also different, but with those three, it's mostly simple paint work. I put the ceiling fans in. In fact, let me back up. Behind this dresser right here, this was actually where my electrical main panel was, and we did quite a few electrical upgrades, so a lot of this drywall was busted out to run different wires to different places and a backup generator and all that. So there was huge drywall cuts in here, total mess. And then this is that same room, but from a different angle. You can see I really tightened up the closet, put in nice stained mahogany rods, and it got nice. And this is another bedroom. This was before it had like a twin in it, and the windows are beautiful, but the carpet's got to go, so that's it now. Now it's got a queen in case we have company. That's more than enough space. And similar, tile and baseboards and paint, just like the other bedroom, similar. And a lot of these rooms had severe drywall cuts and patches because we had to do a full house repipe. So all this stuff here was any fixture, the toilet over here, the sink over here. A lot of the times we'd go on the back side of the wall. So for example, if we jump back, this one actually doesn't really show much, but this one not so much. But let me go back just a couple more. All right, so this one, for example, to repipe to these, on the back side of this wall in the master bedroom, we cut huge, there's a massive amount of drywall cuts and repairs. To get to these, bust stucco. To get to the showers over here, cut all this drywall. So I didn't hate this paint so much where I wanted to repaint it. It was more, we had an under slab pipe burst, and we had to repipe the whole house. We decided to bring it above ground to 100%. PEX in the attic, and there was huge amounts of drywall taken out to make that happen. But it wasn't always where you'd think, so a lot of these rooms were sliced and diced to be able to get to the back side of the fixtures. Like this one, for example, to get to the back side of that shower, which I wasn't in love with, I didn't really want to retile it because I didn't hate it that much. And basically, for me to do this shower, I could probably pull it off, but realistically, I would do the demo, I would get it cleaned up, I'd bring in a tile guy, and I would have the tile guy do the waterproofing and then a lot of the tile work. And the last deal I made with him, he did some tiles and I did some grout, and I could save money, $5,000 minimum to touch this, realistically, and probably more. I'd probably say I'd be into it for closer to $7,000 to really get what I wanted, and that would include a granite top here, a nice tile, a nice tile bottom. So it's not bad enough for me. To save that fixture, we cut up the office behind it to run the pipes to that point, and changed all the plumbing parts, but did not have to break the tile. So that was cool, but that partially is why we painted everything, because there was so many drywall cuts. And here's present. So I went through, and actually interesting story on this one. This tile was antique white here. It looks beautiful white, like this realtor, whoever doctored these photos, made this tile like shimmering white. I wouldn't have touched that tile. But in reality, I'm telling you, this is brown and these are like beige. So when I painted the room beige, basically this beige, this cream, I painted the room cream, I should say, was the same color as the tile. You'd walk in this room, it was just cream tile, cream walls, cream everything. And in the bathrooms, I go ahead and I just do the whole ceiling and walls and everything. I didn't do a white ceiling in here. It was overload. So I used a Rust-Oleum tub and tile product on these. Matter of fact, this color right here, this ivory beige color, was the tile color. They were the identical color. I masked everything off, sanded everything, masked all this off. I painted the tiles with acrylic coating from Rust-Oleum that's made for tiles, waterproof locations, and whitened the tiles up, did the knobs, did the poles. I did the oil rub bronze on this. I did the new oil rub bronze fixtures, baseboards and the whole nine. There was some damage here, fixed the drywall, really hooked it up for a pretty minimal cost compared to a full redo. And then this is a different bathroom actually. Similar treatment, floors, knobs, new little shower rods and curtains and stuff, but cheap, low cost stuff. This is the laundry room. These cabinets are oak. Looks like 94, would you say? And that's when they're from. And they were fine, no damage, but oak's not the style. So when I came through to do the floors and baseboards and paint and all the lighting, did the whole house lighting, 100% LED, nice, clean, recessed lighting. I figured, let me strip these and stain them. I think they turned out really good. So totally modernized the look, and that was $20 worth of stain and $20 worth of knobs and a couple days. But as you can see, there was massive drywall required to get to this, and on the right side here, this was the bathroom, so all this was cut up. I mean, there was a huge amount of drywall repair in this room alone. And then this is the office. It was tiled nice, but once again, it's got the brick look with that whitened grout. I don't know what color the grout actually was originally, but it was pretty light looking by the time I saw it. So went ahead and did the grout renew, got it looking more wood-like. Went through and hardware on this door. I really wanted to eliminate the gold, but it wasn't worth that to me. This is a door that nobody would really see unless they were in the office. Goes to a little patio that's covered so the dogs can use the bathroom in the rain. So same paint, baseboards, the whole nine. The shower is actually right here, so there was a huge big cut here, a bunch of cuts right here to get to the back side of the fridge, a big cut right here all the way to the ceiling because this is where the water main is, and it used to come in and go down in the slab, and instead it comes up from the slab and tees into the PEX, and the PEX runs it up into the ceiling now. Into the attic, I should say. So this was sliced up big time. This took me 6 months. So, and then here, this is the main entry. It's a great picture. Looks much lighter than it actually is. And here's now eliminated a lot of the little security system type of junk. So we went with a different system. And then this one didn't show it that well. Next one, maybe one or two more. So similar, you can see these were antique white and they look pretty white, and this looks pretty creamy, but that was brown. And just brightened it up too with the high gloss marble look. And you can see the beam I added. Chat about that. No beam. The reason the beam is there was because when we did the repipe, the center of the house has no attic, so we repiped into this side, the north side of our house, and we ran the pipes up into the attic, the PEX, and I had to get the PEX into the other attic on the south side of the house with no connection. So I ran them externally, and then I built this beam around them. So it's actually a faux beam. It doesn't bear any weight. It's real wood. I cut all the pieces of wood and, mitered them nice and got them put together and stained it to match the ceilings. But that beam is really only there to help me get hot and cold water to this side of the house because the hot and cold water came through the floor. And I wasn't going to jackhammer the foundation and run new pipe. So it's all above. I believe they called for like 40 or 50 year warranty on that product. So it was an easy sale for me. And then this one, you can see carpet that had to go, this big built-in entertainment center type of serving thing. I cut all that out. That's all gone. and we went with the wood to match this wood. So this wood was here. I luckily was able to find the same product and splice it in really nice and grout it all in and cut all that junk out of there. See my little sweetheart saying like, what's he doing taking pictures? And then you can get a good shot of the, I really loved the marble with the wood look, based on just, seeing some houses and we click on Zillow just to like get ideas and admire. And we found one that was just stunning with marble and wood. And so I was going for that look with the rustic Mediterranean look. And here's a cool one. Original photo, you can really see the 12 by 12s in this big area. They were diamond layout. I did the diamond layout as well, but I changed the angle because over here, what you can't see, they came up to the wall and there was a sliver where they had to drop in a few triangles because it wasn't run parallel to the wall. Now the wall may have been what's out of parallel. The wall was probably not exactly square. It's not square though, it's an octagon, so it's a little complex. And then you see these oak cabinets. So, and this is a beautiful area, so I spent the time, redid all the oak cabinets to a nice stain. I think this is called Kona or something, pretty dark. And you see the marble diamond, and then I transitioned the diamond to squared up on the hallway here. And the bigger baseboards and everything looking just how I wanted it. And then here was with the carpet and that beautiful jade palace, right, straight out of China or something. I don't know, 90s liked it, and not so much now, but this does have a good shot of the woodwork on the ceiling. The woodwork was stunning. It still is stunning. I didn't touch it. I just had to very carefully mask and not get one drop of paint on that because it's stained, and I have no idea what stain that is. So I couldn't afford to get any white on there, or cream I should say. And there's current, so I redid that with the marble, and that's actual marble, and so that's full marble. It's marble tile, but it's literal marble. That's all in. Modernized this, did the LEDs like I said. You can see how the two floors I think go perfect. This was that dining area, so that's updated. And then here's the dining area again. Also there's updated. You can just tell. Just looks a lot cleaner. And I did some work in some of these cubbies, and I did a nice flat Sherwin-Williams here, but I did a urethane semi-gloss, very durable, very expensive paint on all these, so they can be wiped and cleaned over and over, and all the baseboards and the columns and all that, just really high-end. So it's long, but it's a memory for us of what we moved into versus like where it is right now. And so I want to document it, and I'm going to maybe make it a private video or unlisted, but I may make it public. It's hard to say, but I'd encourage anybody. You could realistically, if you have some skills, you could do this work, but weigh the cost. It took a lot of time and more money than I thought it should, and I did end up needing to hire some people in to do some things. So hope that's fun for somebody.